What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 31 of The Rise of a Nation, here with FC Edmonton, and today we are in the North American Champions League. Yes, this is what we've been playing towards this whole time. A shot at fame, fortune, and glory. And to start things off here, as you can see in the first round, we have Colorado Rapids. Yes, an MLS titan of a club. I'm trying to think if I recognise any of their players. They've got Leonardo Gil. I guess he's someone who a few of you guys may recognise. He's pretty good. There's something about the Argentines going to MLS which seems to be a recurring factor here with this save. You can see the rest of their team here. It's actually an incredibly young squad, and they currently sit second in the Western Conference. So this isn't going to be easy for us, although I say they sit second. That is on alphabetical order. But still, they're the holders. So they're a big team. And, well, in preparation for this year and a shot at the North American Champions League, we have been a little busy in the transfer market. Of course, the North American Champions League is a straight knockout competition. There is no messing around. There is no holding back. You can see here we enter in the first round, which is kind of the round of 16 before the quarterfinals. Previous holders, a number of Mexican teams, not a great deal of MLS sides. So we will be looking to etch, well, hopefully our name's onto it, but that might seem a tad ambitious for our first ever year in the competition. But hey, we'll give it a go, right? We can dare to dream. So, as I mentioned, I have been a little busy in the transfer market just because we have a big season ahead of us. I want to make sure we win the league with style. And, well, we've not gone too crazy with transfers, but instead we've spent quite a lot of money by our own standards. But that is largely offset by the fact that in terms of total loan fees this year from players we're loaning out just this year, we're set to make £1.6 million. And of course, last year we loaned out a number of players on 2-year loans with big monthly instalments. I think last year we made a profit of around £3 million, and that was after you include the fact that during the pre-season we have agreed to update our youth facilities, which is really good news. Just, continuing to build the infrastructure here. You can see kind of the graph of our finances over the last year, really. It's been a monumental turnaround. And, because of that, we have afforded ourselves to splash a little bit of cash. Not a load, but yeah, we've spent a lot by our own standards. Let's talk about the outs to begin with. There are a few loans, really, more than anything. Peter Shale has gone to Paderborn on loan with a monthly fee of £20,000, which works out a little over 200,000. Skylar Sasso has joined Milwaukee Torrent on loan, a young prospect with a decent monthly fee. Tyler Hurtado has gone to Forge FC. We loaned him out last year to Forge for a total of £160,000 for the year. He did very, very well for them, and as a result, they were willing to pay us £800,000 for the next, I think, just 1 year of his service, which is a really good loan as far as I'm concerned. Danny Esteban, another young striker of ours going out on loan, again returning to the club he was on loan out last year for a significantly increased fee. And the last player we sold was Callum Montgomery, who we sold for £220,000, less than a month after we brought him in on a free transfer. That, my friends, is the Harry Redknapp wheeling and dealing playbook in action. Yes, Callum Montgomery here. Don't get me wrong, very, very good young Canadian centre-back. We brought him in on a free, and we got an offer of £250,000, and I thought, you know what, we'll take it, why not? On the ins, we have made 5 transfers. 3 are foreign players, 2 are partially Canadian players. The first of those partially American players is Martin Amuz. The centre-back position, we have a lot of ageing players in this area of the pitch. I needed to get in some young blood. This guy doesn't have the best heading, and there are a few little gaps in his game, such as his bravery and composure. But I feel like when you look beyond that, you've got an extremely talented young Canadian player here. He's plied his career in Uruguay forever. And after 9 years, he's decided to come and take up residency in Canada. If we look here, you can see he was born in Toronto, so he's returning home. And, well, speaking of Toronto, another player we picked up is Rocco Romeo. Or Rocco Romeo. It's definitely Rocco Romeo. I feel like we might end up calling him RR. Either way, he's 23 years old. He's both capped for the Italian under-21s and the Canadian under-21s. And we've spent quite a lot of money on him, really. £675,000. He was playing for Toronto FC's second team in the USL League One last year. He did pretty well, an average rating of 7.01. And at 22 years old, 23 very shortly, he looks like a more than adequate backup centre-back who, to be honest, might find himself in the first team contention if he can hit a bit of form. So those were two good young Canadian players. The other really big transfer we made was Jose Hernandez. Now this guy is from El Salvador, if I'm not mistaken. He is. He's from El Salvador. He's capped at international level at 19. He looks absolutely tremendous. I'm not entirely sure where this guy's best position is. Right now he's natural at centre attacking mid. I think we might train him to play striker, although, to be honest, he could be a very, very good kind of advanced playmaker option in our team. But yeah, I'm thinking striker, to be honest. I'm thinking he could be, along with St. Dirk, Hamilton and Nick Daly, kind of our fourth choice striker. He's not particularly tall. The other option maybe is to train him to play out on the wings, but yeah, he's looking very, very tasty. He looks like a tremendous talent, and he is only 19, which was a big motivator behind spending the money on him. Another player we picked up this guy, Dramaine Ballo. Now, you might recognise ASEC. It's another Ivorian, of course. One of the big transfer successes of last year was ABZ, and he was absolutely, well, great for us. I saw this guy coming at the same club that we got ABZ from ASEC. He's got professional personality. He has got a few gaps in his game, but he's only 18. He's only ever going to improve. And I really, really like how good his physicals are. So I couldn't help myself. And for £105,000, I think he represents value in the market. And well, then we move on to Lucelio, who is the cheapest player we brought him in. We brought him in from this team, who are in the Brazilian 3rd division. Rivaldo. It was Rivaldo. I'm pretty sure it was Rivaldo, our staff member. I'm trying to remember. Rivaldo is one of our staff members. Like, I didn't imagine that, did I? Yeah, he is, our director of football. Oddly enough, Rivaldo was just like, yeah, this guy looked good. I agree. He's 18, and this is how good he is at centre-back. I don't know if we're going to be able to register him this year, but my word, he's a talent. Professional personality, 18 years old, either-footed. Very similar to ABZ in that regard. The question, I guess, is can we register him in our Canadian Premier League side? And it's going to be a bit of a challenge due to the foreign player limits. You can see right now, this is the team that I've got registered. There are a few players missing out right now who are new additions, but we do also have players who are on the verge of picking up Canadian nationality and Canadian citizenship. For example, Nick Daly is 2 days away. If I'm not mistaken, Alex Marshall is currently getting his work kind of permit paperwork done for his Canadian residency. Yeah, so come the start of the year, we should be able to register the majority of the players in our team, and because of the domestic youth player rule, we currently only have 20 players registered in this team. Once we register a few of the foreign players, we're going to be in a good little spot. We are going to have a few too many, but I kind of knew that coming into this. The big plan, I guess, is to continue to loan players out to make money. It's been something that we've done with a lot of success. Just a little bit of an update on some of the players who have been loaned out. Marcel Ruiz has actually signed a contract extension at the club. He was previously on £2,400 a week. We've given him a wage rise by £1,000 to secure his services for another 4 years, basically. I think the plan there is to continue to loan him out. The amount of money he makes us on a monthly basis, well, you can see here it's £300,000 per month. If we're paying him an extra £1,000 per month that we don't get covered by the team we're loaning him out to due to it being an increase, it still means we're only spending £4,000 a month on him. So we're still making about £296,000 off his loan every month. I think you can see where the maths works there. So ultimately, it just made sense to renew his contract. There's a few other players here like Ryan Telfer, who I believe we're in the process of renewing his contract. Yeah, we are, because his contract expires at the end of the year. But again, we've loaned him out to York 9 for some really, really good money. I'm hoping that they're going to have the money to renew that loan if they so wish. He got Player of the Year last year in the league, so you'd think they would want to have him again. And he's going to struggle to break into our team. But anyway, we of course have our new stadium. It's the FC Edmonton Stadium. And, shall we get things off here against Colorado? The first leg is away from home. We are going to do both legs today. They are only 3 days apart as well. So it's going to be a little bit hectic, our schedule. But we'll see how we get on. This is early in pre-season too. And because of how early it is in pre-season, fitness in terms of match sharpness might be just a teeny tiny little bit of a concern. The good news is no real injuries to speak of, so we can play pretty much a full-strength team. In goal for today's game, I am going to stick with Connor James. This guy has been through us through thick and thin. He is one of the players who I feel like we can always rely on to do well. And he holds down his position in goal. At right centre-back, we go with the Park Canadian player Oyamada. Of course, was at the World Cup in Qatar a few months ago. Has had time to recover. He did okay at it. It wasn't exactly a standout World Cup for him. But, well, we'll hope that you can do the business here today. ABZ is, of course, going to be slotting in at left centre-back. Definitely one of our best centre-back options. Liam Fraser, the Canadian, is going to sit between them, playing that covering defender role, kind of as a ball-playing defender on cover. It's a mantle that he kind of took from Ramon Soria last year, and he has made that role his own. Ahead of them, we've got Ace Vado, who I really, really like at centre mid. At 23 years old, he is such a talented young player. I guess there's a little bit of a concern over the fact he doesn't enjoy big matches. He needs to put that to the back of his mind today. Out on the left, we are going to go with Adam Bill, the young Canadian and American left winger. He had a really good, strong end to last year. The left wing position was certainly a position I was weighing up, well, looking for an alternate player in. But in the league last year, he ended up getting 7 goals and 7 assists when he was fit, so we're going to keep faith with him. And while speaking of young wingers, Karata is going to play right midfield for us. He is going to be, well, he is just about Canadian in 56 days' time. So hopefully, again, that will be sorted for the start of the year. Even if it isn't, he should be able to fit in the team. He is currently a little bit unhappy that he's not in the registered Canadian Premier League squad. Of course, that's due to the fact he's not got Canadian citizenship yet. Anyway, in the centre of the midfield, Carlos Moura, despite all the teams being interested in him, the likes of PSG, City, United and Tottenham, he is still an FC Edmonton player. We've not had any bids on him. Alongside him, we are going to go with hometown hero Kevin Deshays, the advanced playmaker role for this first leg against Colorado. And then up top, we are going to go with Hamilton and Nick Daly. Nick Daly got 2 goals at the World Cup. Unfortunately, Jamaica did go out in the group stage, if I'm not mistaken. But I think he got a goal against Germany as they beat Germany. Let's check this. Actually, they made it... What? Sorry, I missed this. Jamaica lost in the World Cup final. They made it through on penalties, 3 things in a row. I was going to mention the fact he scored against Germany because I thought that was pretty good. He also scored in a World Cup quarter-final. What the hell happened at the World Cup? I want to check this now. Did he play? They didn't sub him on, did they? They didn't sub him on. They left. He could have been the difference maker. Jamaica lost 3-2, but they were the better team. Oh, it's heartbreaking. I'm actually upset for them. I'm actually upset for Jamaica. Either way, Nick Daly got a load of goals that were important in this competition. He got one in a 1-0 win against Germany to get them through the group stage. Wait, they got through a group with Portugal and Germany. I mean, that's absolutely mad. There you go. There's an interesting fact for you that I didn't know about in my own save game. Up top alongside him, we've got Hamilton as well. These two guys had such a partnership last year. We'll hope they can keep it going. On the bench, we've got Rocco Romeo, the new centre-back option. I think he's comfortably one of our best backup options in the team. Kanan Chung holds down his position as kind of a backup right midfield option. Maybe an area we'd look to address, but I like the fact he's Canadian. Danny Lovitz, of course, can play a similar role on the left, where if we want to play with fullbacks, Chung and Lovitz can come in. We've got Ballo, the young Ivorian, also on the bench, some young energy there. Alex Marshall, Jose Hernandez, the El Salvadorian. I don't think that's what they're called from El Salvador. Answers on a postcard, please. And also Steve St. Duck. So the bench looks good. Our squad is a little larger than perhaps I'd like, but it's still a pretty kind of manageable size, I feel like, at this point. I'm just wondering if I want to hit them on the break in this first game. You know what? I don't think I do. I want to go for it. I want to go for the jugular and go for the neck. Let's see what we can do here. It's Colorado v Edmonton. It is the first ever game in the club's history in the North American Champions League. I am scared by the fact that I have 2 regens up front. He's very good, isn't he? He's very good. How good is this guy, Jorge Luis? He's not as good. He's very, very quick, and they've also got a few more. I'm a little bit nervous by the fact they're playing, three strikers and we're playing 3 defenders. We're going to have to match them man for man. That might not work that well. I don't think we've played against 3 strikers before. We might have to do some tactical tinkering. The only bad news is that if I want to bring in fullbacks, which was something I was weighing up doing, Lovitz and Kaning Chung probably have to come on, because both Karata and out on the left-hand side, Adam Bill, they're not wing-backs. They are attackers that have been converted to wingers very much. On the flip side, they might get a ton of space to exploit and punish with just how narrow Colorado are playing. We've got a set piece here to start things off. Nick Daly, Moura hits the woodwork, rebound. We can't get it. I mean, make no mistake, we are punching above our weight here, but we have a good squad. And I want to give these guys a good game. I don't think it's out the realm of possibility to beat them. I mean, you saw how good their Israeli forward was, Al-Khaled. He's good. But we have good players as well. We have players like Nick Daly. World Cup finalist Nick Daly. And a new title. Unfortunately, Alex Marshall wasn't included in the Jamaica World Cup squad. Alex Daly. No, Nick Daly. To Bill! We'll take that. We'll take that to the bank and bat. So far, we are dominating them. 60% of possession after 20 minutes. And Bill finds the back of the net. Maybe the wingers, who are more naturally perhaps attacking inclined, are going to have a field day here. Nick Daly holds up the ball really nicely. Bill makes the run in behind, and he just tucks it away. We'll take that. This is the North American Champions League. We are a small fish in a big pond. That's not how you normally use that expression, but that's how I'm going to use it here. We're not expected to go far here. It's a straight knockout competition, so the last year of work that all kind of builds up to this could very easily be undone. They hit us on the overlap here. What a block that is. Was that ABZ? It was. Denying the ball in. Now what can Bill do? He's quick. He's very, very quick. And so is Karata on the other side. I feel like that's really where we could have a field day. And well, speaking of the devil, oh my god, Karata, you need to calm down. Karata's just like a little terrier. You know, he's not the biggest player in the world. He's not good in big matches. He's not good in big matches, Jack. Why did you play him? Why did you play him? What were you thinking? Okay. We're down a man. This is a little bit of a situation. I did, honestly, when I saw Ace Vado and his uncomfortability with big games, part of me did consider taking him off. Should I have done it? Probably should have. What if we played Deshays a deep line playmaker and Mora? Do I really want to put another ball-in midfielder in after we've just seen our last one get sent off? I'm trying to think what Mora's good at. See, Mora, what role would you be best at here? Probably anchorman. Probably anchorman. If we have him play more central, I kind of prefer anchorman who plays more central. And then I'm going to tell Karata to I'm going to have to play him as a wide midfielder here and then tell him to sit narrower. He can run wide with the ball, that's fine. But I do need him to tuck in a little bit for us. Oh, that is a situation. We've been on top in this game so far. They could have a sending offer for their own. I think he's about to get... What is happening? Players are losing their head on both teams. It's a second red card in 2 minutes. I mean, it's a situation, but at least we're on an even playing field now, I guess. Madness here in the first leg. A memorable first North American Champions League game. Bill, what can you do? He whips in. Daly's there. It's saved. Daly with the rebound. It's saved again. Oh my god. Their goalkeeper, Farinez, is a god. I mean, the fact we're now even is nice. Oh, I feel like we should have scored that. Now have a set piece. Try not to panic. Try not to panic. They hit the woodwork. Get it out, ABZ. No nonsense. Oh no, I don't know if my heart can take 2 legs of this. I do not know if I'm going to be able to survive, folks. Volpe with it, crosses it in. Not like this. It's blocked away. It's now with Perez. It's blocked again by Karata. Look at him go. I love him. I love him. He's just an MVP candidate for us, is Karata. He's not the biggest player in the world, but my word, he works hard. Karata, it's offside. It's offside. Don't panic. I'm realising that we probably don't need Karata to tuck in as much as I thought. Now that they've had a player sent off, that they've lost, the width in the attacking areas, and also if Karata tucks in, he starts marking one of their centre mids. So actually, I need him to follow the man on the overlap, which he'll more naturally do if he's playing a wider area as a winger. Anyway, 20 seconds left the first half. Nick Daly whips it in. It's headed clear. Don't hit us on the break just before half time. Don't do this to us. Cordino pings it out onto the right-hand side for Volpe. He switches it back. Alcaled is through. And he has the quality to do that to us. It's the first clear-cut chance they've had all game. We've had 2 clear-cut chances and 2 half chances which we couldn't take. And they just put us to the sword on the break. I'm actually thinking that we can probably have Mora back in the centre of the midfield, since they're only playing with 2 strikers now. Before I kind of wanted that extra defensive midfielder, just for a little bit of coverage with the 3 centre-backs marking 3 attackers. You know, if an attacker dropped off in a more support duty, we can maybe pick him up. But now that they're down to 2, I'm less worried about that. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy with the performance out there, which they've actually reacted really well to, which, given the circumstances of being away from home against an MLS side, I'd say is pretty blooming good. But no, we need to keep things going here. We need to, well, hopefully match our first half performance, because we were tremendous in the first half. We blew my expectations out the water. Could be in a little bit of danger here. Volpe knocks the ball past his man. Ball hits the woodwork. ABZ gets it clear. We're living life on the edge a little bit here. I will say, after 52 minutes, I feel like we look like we belong. We don't look like a team who just shouldn't be in this situation right now, you know? We have taken this game to Colorado, and I feel like we've matched their performance, to be honest. Anyway, 30 minutes left. I'm yet to make any subs. Kurata, for all his defensive work I've praised, he hasn't done a great deal for us. I'm just thinking about what I want to change here. I'm going to take Jordan Hamilton for the Duck. Bill is on a booking out on the left-hand side. I'm going to bring in Caden Chung for Kurata. It's not exactly the strongest position for us to make a like-for-like sub, but I feel like we have to. I'm also going to bring in... Who do I want to bring in? I'm thinking I want to take off Carlos Mora, but actually, the more I think about it, the more I think I don't want to do that. What I might do is, because Adam Bill is tiring a little bit and he is on a booking, we'll bring on Lovitz as well. So we're going to get some fresh players in the wide areas. Given the fact they're playing a very narrow system, the extra spring in the step of some fresh players in the wide area might work really nicely for us. Anyway, Caden Chung here switches the ball from one winger to the other. Lovitz puts it in. Nick Daly! Oh, it's gone just wide. Good to see the wingers having an immediate impact. Really good to see. 15 minutes left. What can we do? What can we do? I mean, at this point, holding on for a 1-1 would be pretty good. We've had almost 60% of the ball. There is a chance here in the 87th minute. Don't do this to me, Football Manager. We've been the better team here. We've created more, but we find ourselves on the back foot. ABZ lumps it clear. It's a 2v2 at the back. They are committing men very, very high up the field here. Faranez, their keeper, clears it. Mora reads that. This could be trouble for them. Daly, what can you do? Lays it off to Mora. Lays it off. Penalty, surely. It's been given. Nick Daly to take it. World Cup finalist. He didn't play. He was on the bench, but he was in the final. Nick Daly, what can you do for us? Please, Nick. He's missed it. No. I mean, this game's had everything. It's had everything. Oh, no. There's still another leg. There's still another leg. Oh, my Lord. I mean, 1-1. 1-1. I can't believe I'm disappointed at a 1-1. I predicted a narrow win for Colorado, so I can't say I'm surprised with this result. I mean, we go into the home leg. Oh. I'm not going to praise anyone or do anything because I think they're in a upset mood, which I can't blame them for. Anything I say is just going to upset the players more. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Bill did pick up man of the match. The fact we had Ace Vado sent off. I'm going to issue him a warning. Oh, I mean, at least he can't get sent off in the second leg because he's not going to be available. I feel like after that, we really shouldn't change the team that much. I'm just wondering who I want to bring in at defensive midfielder. I'm just thinking about who I want to bring in at defensive mid. Maybe it's a chance for Rocco Romero to show us what he's made of. The new young signing. That might be who we go with there, you know? That might be who we go with. Anyway, we've got another leg to play. It's only 3 days away, but I have some real life stuff I need to do. I don't know how I'm gonna stop thinking about this second leg. I'm gonna be nervous about it for the next few hours, but I will join you guys shortly, and hopefully we can get a win, because I feel like after that first leg we absolutely deserve it. So don't go anywhere. Yeah, future Jack, take it away, and I hope you've composed yourself, Jack. Please compose yourself. Do it. Bye. Okay, folks, we're back for the second leg against Colorado, and it's our first ever game at the Edmonton Stadium, which I think is pretty exciting. Let's just refresh ourselves. Here it is, in all its glory. 11,000 people it can seat. It was built this year. That feels nice to say, doesn't it? I did get a little news item about the new stadium. I'm now not going to be able to find it. Here we go. The new era dawns. I'm a little bit concerned by the fact our pitch might be square. Now, we can change the sizes, which is great, but we might have a square pitch for today's first ever game at it. I don't know if that benefits or hinders our system, to be honest. I guess we'll find out. In terms of team news, these are the changes I've decided to do. So, obviously, Ace Vado is not available. I'm still not sure this is the solution I want to go with the more I think about it. I was thinking about playing Liam Fraser there and then having Romeo play centre-back, but actually I feel like Fraser did so well at centre-back last time I should keep him there. I can maybe play Mora in the centre, and then maybe I bring in Alex Marshall to play with Deshays at centre mid. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I must admit the centre mid department is in a little bit of a state of flux at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what our best selection is. You know, we've got players like Jose Hernandez who we've signed, who he's not the most natural of centre mids, but he's pretty good there. I guess the other option would be to maybe bring him in and play him alongside Deshays instead of Marshall. That could work. That could work. My only concern is there's lots of very incomplete circles when it comes to role familiarity. You know what? I think this is what I'm going to go with. We are going to always have a bit of red because we're going to be going up against teams who are of a very high quality in the North American Champions League. It's never going to be easy. But yeah, debuts today for, or at least Jose Hernandez, a few others on the bench who could potentially make their debuts. Let's see how we do here. It's our first time seeing our new stadium in all its glory. They are playing a very, very interesting system. It seems like they might have rotated their team quite a lot. That might be in response to the fact that this is only 3 days after the previous match. We rested our players, so most of the players have okay condition. It's all kind of in this 90s, which is good. It's very dark at our stadium. Can we turn the floodlights on? Why is our stadium so dark? I don't know. Answers on a postcard. Apparently it's not a sunny day. Look how packed the stand is. It makes me feel happy, but can we have the sun come out, please? Who put a roof on our stadium? Well, anyway, let's see what we can do here. Karata with it. Running inside. Goes to Nick Daly. Now with Deshays. He pings it out to the left. We're only 30 seconds into our home debut and we're on the attack. Nick Daly's headed it just over. I mean, what a start that could have been for us. Of course, it's 1-1 after the first leg. Away goals do count for something here. So 0-0 is fine as far as we're concerned. Interesting to see them playing a lot more of a respectable kind of system against us. They're playing kind of free at the back with wing-backs. Clearly, they are mindful of what we can do going forward. And, well, I think that's a sign of how good we've become. Of course, keep an eye on Hernandez, making his debut today. As well, he was the big transfer in the summer. Played internationally for El Salvador. He's only 19 as well. A big day for him to maybe show us what he's made of. Anyway, we're on the back foot here early on, which is a teeny tiny bit concerning. It's with Volpe out on the right here. He whips it in. Fraser heads it clear. Still in danger though. Gill hits it. Oh my word. Leonardo Gill, he's one of the players in their team struggling for fitness. That fitness was anything but a struggle there, wasn't it? What a finish that is. That could be a situation for us. That could definitely be... The away goals conceded early on. We've got to be a little worried about that now, because if they score another, we need 3 goals. Apparently Gill is running the show for them in the midfield. Now Mora's got injured. Please don't be a serious injury. Right, I think... I think I'm going to bring in Solomon to play ball-winning midfielder. He's very, very well suited to playing ball-winning midfielder as well, Solomon. I put him on the bench for today's game. He wasn't on the bench previously, partially with it in mind that if we did get an injury, ball-winning midfielder is probably where he'd end up going. We've had 65% of the ball here in this game so far. Bill and Daly have picked up bookings, which is a teeny tiny bit concerning perhaps. I do feel like I want to check quickly the rules of this leg of the competition to know exactly how the away goals work. I just want to enjoy the stadium as well for a second. Look at this. It's a bit of an upgrade on our previous stadium, isn't it? In the heart of downtown Edmonton, the Edmonton Stadium. It makes me feel happy to see a ground that's actually packed with fans as well. It's beautiful. Okay, anyway, let's not get too emotional here. Let's just have a quick look at the rules here. So second leg rules, away goals are used if it's level after 90 minutes, extra time played if it's level, obviously. Penalties if the scores are still level. It says still level, I don't know if that means if the score's still level or if it's at level and away goals, because a lot of competitions, they get rid of away goals once the game goes to extra time. We might find out shortly, but for now we've got to focus on the here and now and what we're doing here. We need to step up. We've actually looked pretty good so far. I'm going to switch to more attacking rather than positive. 2 subs that we can make. We'll consider making them. You can see we've got lots of men behind the ball here. Karata wins that really, really well though. Can we hit them on the break? He breaks past one. He lays it off to Nick Daly. What a play by Karata. It's now wide with Adam Bill. What can he do? Can he cross it in? He can. Nick Daly's there! What a save. It wasn't a save. It wasn't a save. It's hit the crossbar. But what an effort that was. Oh, it feels like we deserve something so far from this game. We are playing really, really well. Nick Daly's not had the best day at the office. But at the same time, he's just one of those players you just can't afford to take off. I'm going to bring in Alex Marshall for Hernandez, who hasn't had the best of debuts. I think we'll hold on to our last sub for now. There's only 20 minutes left. We're on the attack here. Karata inside to Solomon. Deshays moved across now. Marshall now going to be playing that playmaker role. And well, speaking of the devil, there he is to ping the ball wide to Alex Bill. What can he do? He crosses in. Daly's there, and that's why you keep him on the pitch. That is why you keep him on the pitch, folks. 20 minutes left. It's 1-1 here. Nick Daly with the goal. Bill with the assist. Marshall involved in the build-up play. Lovely ball straight to Bill's feet. Loads of space for him out wide. We switched the ball across quickly. The wing back on the right-hand side was tucked in deep. And it gave time for the cross and the finish at the end of it. Nick Daly, more of that, please. Right, let's do a shout. Demand more. We've been the better team in this game. There's not been a whole host of chances for either team in terms of clear-cut opportunities. They've got a chance. James saves it. He can't get the rebound. It's a mare. Oh, it's a horrific error by Connor James. Oh, it could be a heartbreaking moment. A player's been with us through thick and thin, been here since the beginning. I feel like he's got to save that. Now we are chasing this game. I've got to go more attacking, haven't I? Bill, get forward. Karata, go up top, my friend. We're going to go with the double forward. Nick Daly play pressing forward. Karata on poacher, please. Solomon will keep in alongside Marshall. I think it's going to be Deshays who makes way here. I mean, I need a final roll of the dice. Get the duck on. Get him on inside forward on attack. None of this playing out of defence. Hit the ball direct. High tempo, never time wasting. Attacking width maximum. Distribute it to the flanks. I mean, it's got to be long kicks at this point. We've just got to go for it, haven't we? Out of possession, just throw yourself at the ball. Just throw yourself at the ball, basically, and see what you can do. We need 2 goals. It's a roll of the dice. There's 13 minutes left. We have to do something. We're kind of matching their defensive shape now. They've got another chance immediately here. There is a very high chance that our system change backfire spectacularly. It's a set piece scored. Colorado putting us to the sword with a clinical display, and you look back at that Nick Daly penalty and wonder, was that the turning point? Was that the moment? Oh, it hurts. It hurts so badly. Unfortunately, now we need 3 goals in what remains. Duck. I mean, it's a good goal. We need 2 more. We need 2 more. Hamilton whips in the ball. Duck, who's on off the bench. A lovely finish. Keeper got a hand to it. It wasn't a strong enough one. We are leaving ourselves very exposed at the back at this point, but it's entirely necessary. Right, Duck, what can you do? If we get another now, I'll believe. Duck dinks it forward to Nick Daly. Can you finish it? Please, Nick! Rebound, Karata! He scored! Oh my word! Oh my word! Oh my word! We need 1 more goal. We need 1 more. You thought when Nick Daly missed it, that was chance over, but Karata was alive and alert. I mean, please, Football Manager. 5 minutes of extra time. Please. There's nothing happening. Daly, it's blocked. Hamilton, someone. Please. Oh, they get it away to safety. That's going to be all she wrote. Oh, my word. What a game over 2 legs. We go out on away goals, but that's my favourite match of Football Manager potentially this year. Definitely my favourite of this series. Oh, despite the heartbreak, you can't help but say that was one hell of a game. We lose in the first knockout round. We've lost on away goals. Daly did pick up man of the match, so maybe I can't blame him as much for his miss last time. Oh, it's just a little bit heartbreaking, isn't it? I mean, we've pushed them so hard. Great to see a sellout crowd as well for that game. I'm a little bit heartbroken. I saw here a news item saying about the pitch has been bedded in. Look at that. Pitch relayed and bedded in. I mean, good job we did that on time. Record attendance. We've smashed it by 4,500 fans. And gate receipts more than double our previous best. That is going to be fantastic for our revenue streams going forward. That extra money. I don't expect us to sell out every week. But if we can make an extra £90,000 over, say, 20 games this year, 20 home games, we'll play more than that, but we might not get the same amount of money. That is, you know, a couple of £1 million. Kind of the difference. Oh, I can't believe it. What a game, though. What a game. I enjoyed it, even if it wasn't the finale that I wanted. You can see our league season starts off against Cavalry, our big rivals. It's a home game. It's the El Clasico. I think we'll be back for that one. I don't know how much we will have done in terms of transfer business prior to that, but there's a few players who are, of course, signing up for Canadian nationality. I've got a little bit of a task at hand, kind of narrowing down our squad. I'm sure there'll be some more pre-season shenanigans going on as well, which will be worth keeping you guys in the loop with. But I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode, guys. Crazy, crazy match. I enjoyed it a ton, even if it didn't go exactly how we wanted it to. Nick Daly, World Cup finalist Nick Daly. That penalty miss, it might come back to haunt us. I feel like we've missed a few critical penalties here at FC Ed. I'm hoping that that's the last of them, but time will tell, I guess. Look at the potential our team has as well. It's such an exciting time to be here. Such a young team that played that game. I'm excited for the future here. But anyway, I'm emotionally exhausted. I need to go lie down. I thought the first leg was bad. The ending of that second leg was 10 times worse. I will see you guys again soon for episode number 32. Thank you for watching. Season 5 is coming your way very soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. It is me, Jack, and I'm out.